Alright, shalom, shalom, shalom. We're back at it again. Of course, as always, to give you the latest news, articles, or lessons, or to come in the spirit of ultimately, of course, as first and foremost, as always, when we give all praises and glory and honor due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. I want to say double honor to the elders of Great Millstone Reward for teaching us the truth, and of course, peace and blessings and salutations to Akimai that is pushing the truth that the full corners of earth, sincerely to the best of their ability, scattered throughout the full corners of earth. We definitely want to say shalom.
Shalom.
Of course, brother got an article, and of course, like I said, he's gonna read it, and of course, we're gonna let the spirit handle, and see what type of the scriptures that that shall bring us. So you can go ahead and bring it out.
Okay, Khan. This is out of Reuters, dated November 18th, 2021. This happened today. And it says, Putin says West is taking Russia's red line too lightly. So, as you know, Russia is like hot in the news, and NATO and China. So, let me get into the article. And it reads, Moscow, November 18th, Reuters. President Vladimir Putin said on Thursday that the West was taking Russia's warning not to cross its red lines too lightly, and that Moscow needs some serious security guarantees from the West. In a wide-ranging foreign policy speech, the Kremlin leader also described relations with the United States as unsatisfactory, but said Russia remained open to dialogue with Washington. The Kremlin said in September that NATO would overstep a Russian red line if it expanded its military infrastructure in Ukraine. And Moscow since accused Ukraine and NATO of destabilizing behavior, including in the Black Sea. You can read more on that in another article. And it also reads, in the televised speech, Putin complained that Western strategic bombers carrying various serious weapons were flying within 20 kilometers, that's 12.5 miles, of the Russian borders. Ooh, that's serious. Reading on, we are constantly voicing our concerns about this, talking about red lines, but we understand our partners. How shall I put it mildly? Have a very superficial attitude to all our warnings and talk of red lines, Putin said. So essentially, he's saying that the West is like, yeah, whatever, He told the foreign ministry officials that Russia needed to seek long-term guarantees of its security from the West, though he said this would be difficult and did not spell out what form of assurances should take. Russia's West ties have been at the post-Cold War lows for years, but the tone has sharpened in recent weeks as Ukraine and NATO countries have raised fears over Russian troop movements near Ukraine borders and tried to guess Moscow's real intentions.
I'm going to get something, This is Job chapter 3, verse 9, and it says, proclaim this among the Gentiles, prepare for war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, and let them come up. It says, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. And let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Hither, cause thy mighty one shall come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come down unto the valley of Jehoshaphat. Where I will sit to the judge of all the heathens round about. And that's Yahweh Shaphat. But ye in the sickle and you in the harvest is ripe. Come and get down, for the press is full. Fast overflow, for the wicked is great. So when that time comes, man, you know, like I said, because all this is, like I said, World War III is already here, been here. It just never popped off to a full-scale war. But as you can see, all these nations, okay, because the Lord is stirring up all these nations to go against America, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because America's powerful. Go back to Habakkuk. What? It says what? America's like as hell and is satisfied. It's like is never satisfied, man.
Yeah.
Because what? It got what? All his base out to emissaries, you know, in other countries, man. You know, of course, by what spreading their democracy, their philosophies in the other country, and the other country are just tired of it. You know, like I say, they're tired of it. You know, like I said, because what? Their laws, I'm talking about according to their culture, is being jacked up. The women's are out of order. You know, like I said, everything's going to happen. Like I said, rape is going on, homosexuality, and the other nations, they get tired of it, man.
Yeah.
So what? The Lord's going to use what the strong nation, which is what? Russia, man. Russia and China.
Yeah.
And maybe India. Who knows? But I'm going off. So as we know so far, to what? Get things popping off. But of course, like you know, like I said, the Lord got to stir up little instances here and there to show you that America's that America doesn't have that stronghold anymore as it used to be about being that big bully, man. So Marshall's like, look, we got nuclear powers too. Hey, we ready for war, man. You know, like I said, man. Like I said, when it comes to war, Russia doesn't play, man. You know, like I said, Russia is like one of those hard-hitting military basically Spetsnaz, so to speak, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Russia's one of those countries that can go head to head with America.
Yeah.
Blow for blow.
That's right, man. You know, like I said, Russia don't play, man. You know, especially when you look at America's military, man. You know, they're not ready for war, man. You know, they're not ready built for blood. When you look at the training videos compared to Russia and America, man, especially the commercials and the ads, man. Like I said, man, it's a totally different beast, man. Yeah, especially with Russia, man.
Literally.
You know, because like I said, man, Russia is really about that life, man. You know, like I said, you watch their videos, how they doing dangerous exercises and top of skyscrapers, and then look at military. You know, look at these women and all that. Yeah. Like I said, majority of these Americans are just there for a paycheck, man. Yeah. Ultimately, let's be real, man. You know, Jake is only there because what? He want that Chevy Camaro, man.
That's right.
Let's be real about it, man.
And that bullshit education. You see the Russians. You done?
Yeah. On top of that, yeah, I should say one last thing. Also, you know, it says it says in the ad, like I said, once you become a military, like so, like your love life and all that goes out the door, man. You know, like I said, you're actually part of that military, man. You know. That's what I want to say.
Conan, if I can land back on what you were saying, the Russian troops train in the very harsh conditions. You know, they train in,
especially in the cold.
That's exactly what I was gonna get at.
For
water.
It's like it.
You know, because they train in cold environments where you know they swim in the Arctic. You know, and you know they camp in the snow in sub temperatures. You know, but Babylon's army shit. You know, if you stick them out in the woods in the fall, you know they crying over bugs and shit. You know. And also American troops, you know, like the army and shit like that here in Babylon the Great, they haven't seen war the way that it's about to go down. You know?
Yep, America, that was back in like World War II and World War I. That was a different type of war. I mean, you look at today's America, you know, I say they never felt that ever since that World War II. Everything has been, you know, like I said, dumbed down, man. And the Lord has made America weak, man, as a nation, man. You can see that, man. Especially when they let them transgenders and all this bullshit in there, man. It's just total madness, man.
That's right.
Now, like I said, don't get me wrong. Like I said, there are some military, like I said, sectors. You know, like the Army Rangers and you know, and them and that. But of course, majority of the Americans, though, man, you know, they weak, man. Especially the Air Force, man. Like I said, Air Force is the weakest one, man. You know, like I said, they don't even fight. They just, like I said, be on jets or you know, technology or something like that. You know, how you say they're like the most mocked, you know, when it comes to military. You know, then you got the Army, you know, which is, you know, kind of somewhat, you know, the second bottom tier list. Then you got the Marines, the Marine Corps. Then you got, got Black Ops, and then you got Army Rangers, or one of those branches. You know, of course, I forgot about the Navy. You know, Navy too.
You see, but the thing is, also, you brought up a very good point. You know, the American troops haven't had that in-your-face confrontational war where you're in front of your enemy. You know, America's wars has been fought at a distance.
You can't, yeah.
you know, like behind a joystick,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a couple of 100 yards away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, America's wars haven't been fought face to face in a very long time. And like you said, World War II,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when it was in your face.
Where,
you know?
yeah, we actually see people get their bodies blown in half and missing an arm or leg, or they have this thing called shell shock where, you know, affects you just shot where you like when a brother a long time showed me go, man, that I was like, damn, man.
Yeah.
How you say PSD, post traumatic stress and all that stuff. Like I said, America's really never felt that ever since World War II, man, or maybe Vietnam War.
That's right.
You know, but of course, you know, World War II, World War I, you know, were the biggest ones.
Yeah,
you know.
that's right.
But you can go ahead.
Reading on. But despite a growing list of disputes, the Kremlin has maintained high-level contacts with Washington and spoken repeatedly of a possible summit between Putin and U.S. President Joe Biden to follow up their initial meeting in Geneva in June, which Putin said which Putin said had opened up room for an improvement in ties. Putin's spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, was quoted by RIA news agency saying the two presidents could hold an online meeting before the end of the year. Earlier, Peskov told reporters that Russian Security Council security Nikolai Patrushev and U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan discussed cybersecurity, Ukraine, and the migrant crisis on the Belarus border in a phone call on Wednesday. He said the call was part of the preparations for high-level contact between the president of the Slovakia. Now let me go back. Yeah. He said that the call was part of the preparations for high-level contact between the presidents, and that's where the conversation or the article ends. So yeah, can I bring out this precept out?
Go ahead.
Salakia,
I got something.
That ain't the precept I was looking for.
I got something. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 7, and it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom." And as you can see, this is the time we're in, man. You know, like I said, man, when a time of war against, like I said, multiple kingdoms, man. What? Striving for what? For that superpower, man. By any means necessary, whether it be financially, military-wise, or any goals, man. But we know that, you know, ultimately, though, like I said, the Lord shall gather them in one valley, man. To put these, to actually put these nations in slavery, man. You know, just because they believe that whoever wins this next war, which is World War III, going to be a superpower, which is true. But they don't understand that all this was just for the nation of Israel to rise, man, and to actually take the kingdom, man. You know, through what Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, man. Because this is his time, man.
That's right.
You know, that's what these other nations did. Like I said, all these other nations, they had their time, man. Okay, until all these nations had, like I said, had at least one time of a point of rulership, man. You know, so like I said, there's no excuse, man. But now, like I said, they had their time. Their time is up, and now it's our time for us to get our dominion.
That's right.
You can go ahead.
Salakia, Akim, I grabbed the wrong precept. I got it now. It's in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38 and verse 1. The word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith Yahweh power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back, and I will put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, and a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. And Gog is modern day Russia.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Persia Ethiopia and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmets. So what you're seeing is Russia being turned back into that Cold War mindset. You know, Russia is actually developing that mindset of, you know, going against Babylon the Great, aka America. You know, and quite honestly, I'm kind of, you know, impressed at Russia's patience. You know, because Russia see the buildup along its borders, and it's trying to not go to war against Babylon the Great, but Yahweh Shem Yahushua is making Russia hardened. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is hardening the mind of the Russian president.
That's right.
You know, to go against Babylon the Great. You know?
Gone. I got one last scripture. This is Revelation 17:6. And get straight to the point. It says, "And the ton horns which saw us upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh." You know, and that's going to happen, right? Because what, America going to do something so stupid to the point where these other nations is really going to, like I said, start war against America, man, to the point where we know that ultimately, man, it's going to be them nuclear warfare, man, you know, which is prophesied, man, which is going to happen, man, you know. Like I said, it just takes something very huge to the point where it's really got to be basically like a like I said, like a nuclear warfare, man. Rather the economy crash, or whatever. Like I said, whoever kills who the first, to the point where, like I said, man, all hell break loose, man. But like I said, who knows how the Lord does things, man? Like I said, we don't know, man. Like I said, we just gotta, you know, just wait and basically somewhat anticipate and see how this thing goes, man.
Yeah.
You know, which is beautiful, man, because it's going to show you that we are in those times of revelation, man. Okay? Yes, I know. Like I said, it's somewhat prolonging, because, you know, because the scripture says what? Let everything done be, because you have to understand, the scripture says, let everything be done decently in order. And yes, the Lord can really speed this up super fast to the point. Like I said, he can start this thing tomorrow if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But of course, like I said, everything, like I said, again, this is not our, like I said, this is not our, like I said, this is not our book. This is not our destiny. Like I said, it's the Lord's program, man. Like I said, we're just part of it, man. You know, but it's beautiful that, like I said, we can see the times, and, you know, the times is, like I said, that we're really at the end of this thing, man. Like I said, man, who knows? I see it could pop off later this year, next year, man. Yep. But we know it's coming. It's just a matter of when, man. You know, the scripture says, it says roughly perfect. It says what? That no man knoweth the hour, nor the day, nor the time. Not even Yahushua knows, man, but only who? The Father in heaven, man.
That's right.
You know? You can go ahead.
Come on, I got another precept. The book of Matthew, chapter 24. This is, you know, this comes out a lot because, you know, it actually describes, you know, the sign of the time that we're in. Matthew chapter 24 and verse number 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. You know, and like Doc was saying, you know, we don't know the time or the hour, but we do know that all these things must come to pass. For nation shall rise against nation, you know, and that's your, you know, that's your race wars and stuff like that. And kingdom against kingdom, you know, aka Babylon the Great and Gog and Magog. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And all these are going on now. You know, this is the point. All these are the beginnings of sorrows.
God. Yeah, good.
And all of these are the beginnings of sorrows. So we know that we're there. We know that we're at the door. We know that we're at the end of this, based on these prophecies and in the book of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, you know, as well as the other prophets. We know that we're at the end of this, you know, and you know, it's only going to get worse. You know, America actually thinks it's going to get through a war with Russia unscathed.
No.
Nope.
This is gonna be the last war, man. The war that ends all wars, man. The end game, man. This is it, man. This is the last huge war. After that, like I said, hey, everything's gonna be in peace, man. Until my for the next rulership, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Why the fuck are they there?
Like I said, they're a bunch of weirdos. I don't know why they do shit like that. But anyways, I digress. So, you know, like I said, so again, we just gotta wait and see how things play out, man. But sure, as I say, slowly but surely. So with that, you got any last words?
Nah, I'm good now.
So with that, Holy Bible certified, you know, like I said, always like I said, stay in the news, to keep you up there of things to come and what's to come and will come. So with that, of course, first and foremost, we give all praises and glory and honor due to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai by Shem Rakakwadash. We say double honors to the Elder Great Millstone who well for teaching us this truth. And of course, peace and blessings and salutations to Yakima that is putting this truth throughout the full course of earth. Sincerely to the best ability scattered through the full course of earth. With that, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Walk up above.
Kwame
Kwame Yasharallah.
Yasharallah.
And Shalom.
Shalom.